Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. We've got a big show lined up, some special guests here in the studio. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Hopefully, we got the latter part, most of the rain behind us. We still got some more today, 80% chance today, 90% tomorrow. But the weekend now, they're telling us it's going to start slacking off. So let's hope that's true so we start drying out. High today, 84. Low tonight, 78. Water temperature is also 84 degrees. Let's take a look at our river readings. The river is rising. We talked about this yesterday. Apalachicola, Bluntstown, looking on the chart there. It's reading 4 foot this morning, but it's getting on up there. It's going to be on up by 6 foot by the weekend. Choctaw, Caryville is going straight up. And hopefully it's going to level off maybe today, a little bit tomorrow. But the reading this morning is 9.2, okay? Tide chart brought to us by Kent, Forest Lawn, Funeral Home and Cemetery. The tides now, they're getting a little bit better. Today's August 11th, got a little bit stronger of a tide. Now, Saturday's tide is going to be good compared to what we've had the previous part of the week. High tide is at 4:52 this morning, and low tide is at 4:43 this afternoon, almost exactly 12-hour swing. The marine forecast will be south-southwest at about 10 to 20, okay? Let's take our break, and we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, folks. Look at our guest today. On the far end, recognize this young man over here, Ken Paramore. Been with us a long time. Good morning, Ken.
Glad to be back.
I guess Jose Ponce.
Good morning, sir.
Good to have you. Okay, these guys here, well, they're first of all, they're good men, but they're also excellent turkey hunters and very supportive of the National Wild Turkey Federation. And I remember last year, Ken got this chapter started. Jose's been doing it, been in a membership how long?
I've been a member for almost 30 years.
They're almost 30 years. They didn't come in here last year. Yes. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I came to Panama City in '77, and then I like it. It was a nice, quiet little town, and not as quiet as it is, but it's still nicer than another places. Yes, sir. I like it. Good people.
You're in a lawn care business?
I'm a lawn care business. I've been in a business for about 29 years. Yes,
awesome.
Sir.
Awesome. I've heard a lot of good things about his business. Very dependable, good quality to work. And we've been a little wet this week, hasn't it?
Yeah. Can't do a whole lot right now.
Can't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
but he's an excellent turkey hunter. But Ken, let's talk about last year. Yeah, last year, your first year doing this, and what a great year to start.
Last year, as you know, and the viewers probably remember, I was recruited to hopefully start a chapter here in Bay County that the chapter had kind of dissolved and had been several years, and I have to give credit to Stan Kirkland too as well, which we didn't have room for this morning, or we'd have drug him in here. But we kind of got our heads together and formed a committee and had a series of meetings and ended up with a very successful banquet last August. Actually, it was at the end of August last year, and we only had maybe 8 weeks to put it together, give or take a week on either side, and we ended up having and feeding about 175 to 80 people, and it was a very successful banquet. As a matter of fact, it was so successful that it garnered us as the local chapter.
Show us a couple of those awards. Just hold them up. Awesome.
In the state chapter, we won 3 awards.
Okay, I just hold it right here.
We won Best Banquet. We won the highest net income banquet.
Okay.
And Best First Time Banquet for the state. These are the state awards. 3
state awards right here.
And then, really what I'm most proud of for us is that the National Convention in Nashville last February, we were recognized as 3rd place in the nation for Best First Time Banquet Net, which means our profits. And I received that one
nice honor there.
at the convention in Nashville in February. So the fruits of our labors kind of paid off for everybody, but we couldn't have done it without the help of our viewers and the people who attended, and our committee members who worked pretty hard selling tickets, finding a venue, getting a caterer lined up. It was really, the end result was pretty cool.
Okay, so now we press forward, and it was a great banquet, and so many good things happened. And at these banquets, it's just a win-win for everybody. There's all kind of neat things you can win at raffles and all, and it's all fundraising. But one thing that strikes me about the National Wild Turkey Federation is that one word when they say habitat. And that's the one thing that, that really hits across the country is trying to save that habitat.
Yes.
And we talk about that and all, but and a lot of this money goes towards saving the habitat and all. So
And their motto is save the habitat, save the hunt.
it's as simple as that.
And you have to kind of put it together and think about it this way, that our hunters are less than 10% of the population.
Mm-hmm.
And 10 to 12%, I think they say, and they seem to be dwindling every year.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about 10 or 12% of the population supporting hunting nationwide.
Yeah.
And it's pretty important to try to give back, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and National Wild Turkey Federation, they do this and all. We're going to, let's talk about this year's banquet, where and when it's going to be.
It's at the First United Methodist Church in downtown Panama City, which is the same location we had it last year.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's on 4th Street.
Mm-hmm.
The doors open at 6 o'clock, and it's Friday, August the 19th,
Okay.
which is
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah,
week
next
from,
Friday.
week from this Friday. So we've got about 10 days, I think we're about 10 days out.
Okay.
Like I say, we'll open the doors at 6 o'clock, and we'll start with a meal. We've got a barbecue meal catered. The church has graciously offered to cook some barbecue for us, which is going to kind of be along the lines of what they do for the wild game barbecue.
Yeah.
So the food should be great, and hopefully it'll be better than it was last year, and it was pretty good last year. So come on out and join us. I've got plenty of tickets I want to get rid of, and we'd like to pack the house again.
And how can they get those tickets?
They can call me. My cell phone is 832-0718. Or if any of you all know Stan Kirkland, get in touch with him. His daughter Sarah Kirkland is also selling tickets. Jose is selling tickets, and Carl Hellett is selling tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Our committee members, Jerry Shores is selling tickets. Keelan also Brooks is selling tickets. So we've got a host on our committee that has tickets in hand. So get in touch with me, and I can put you to the closest person, or you can get tickets at the door.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the only problem with getting tickets at the door, without us knowing ahead of time, it doesn't help our head count.
Mm-hmm.
And our caterer, if we only sell 50 tickets, but we have 100 show up at the door, we're in trouble food-wise.
I'll get there early, be the first 50. That's right.
So even if you're going to come to the door, please give one of us a call so we can have a head count and know you're going to be there planning for the meals.
Okay, now we're going to take a break. We'll come back and see this beautiful painting that Jose has graciously done and donated to the banquet for next week. So let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back with our two guests today, representing the National Wild Turkey Federation, Ken Paramore and Jose Ponce, and we're just glad to have you all today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you.
Now these guys, we won't talk about it a lot, but I'm going to tell you about these are excellent turkey hunters themselves. And every time I have an expert on the show, I always ask them, I don't care if it's red fishermen like with Fred Myers and all, we try to get expert advice from all of our guests and all, just a quick secret to make you a successful outdoorsman. Ken, real quick in a nutshell, tell the folks what makes you a good turkey hunter.
My best or most successful hunts are usually to find one early at daylight, preferably on the roost, before he comes down. Try to get as close to him as I can before he hits the ground or shortly thereafter, because they seem to be, easier to kill, more likely to come in a hurry to your calling than one who's already been with hens or he's been on the ground a while. Mm-hmm. I know it probably sounds like it's not as much challenge to it, but the earliest success to me is right there after daylight. After that, it's calling ability, and hopefully he likes your sound and you can get him. The more challenging is to come in to your call later when he's maybe not as anxious, and he'll come in really shy and kind of skirting you one side or the other, and then that's probably the most satisfaction you get. Mm-hmm. But the most successful I have is earlier the better.
Okay. All right, Jose, what's one of your secrets that makes you? I know this guy he's an excellent turkey hunter. I've heard.
Really, I just like to try any kind of calls that I can, You know, if he's coming, I just don't try to throw any different calls than what I'm already doing. And if he's interested on it, I just keep with that. And if he's trying to go away, I try something different and aggravate him. And you know, sometimes that works. And the best thing is not to be afraid to try something, but don't overdo it. If the turkey's coming, just stick with what you're doing, and you know, and just act like you are really a hen. You just got to pull that feeling on yourself, like I'm a hen, and he's talking to me, and you communicate it, and you just put the feeling on it, and it kind of, I mean, it works for me. You know, you just, when you're out there, you just put everything. You just feel like you're a hen, and you just feel like you understand what he's saying, and when he gobbles, you almost know that he knows what you're talking about too.
There you go.
You know,
More confidence.
And it, you know, just it works sometimes. I mean, I kill a lot of turkeys. I can't tell you how many, because
One more
I
thing
don't keep up with it.
real quick is when he answers you the first time or a couple times thereafter, and you know he's on his way, and then he hushes and shuts up. I usually it's so tempting to try to call some more, but really he's coming and looking. But if you can hold out, pretty soon he's going to get to a point and he's going to say, "Where did she go?" And he's going to gobble
coming
again.
looking for
He's
you,
going to
yeah.
gobble again, and then you'll know right then, and then you can answer him rather than you just keep going and going and going. So it's a game, and it's so interactive, it's addicting.
It is a really interactive game without doing this. You're out there in nature,
And sometimes they will quit gobble, and
Just
they
come
do
in.
that because he's coming. He can't strut and walk through the tickets
And
in the
they walk
same
in
time
there
and gobble.
without
And
saying
all
a
of a
word.
sudden you say, "Oh, he's gone away already." So you stand up and there it is, right there. You spook him. You know,
Yep.
I've done that
Had
many
that
times
happen too.
myself.
There you go.
You
There
know,
you go.
everybody makes mistakes, and it's part of the hunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good advice from two experts right here. If you want to get into turkey hunting, a good way to do it is a joint association, because you get a magazine, a monthly every
I think
6.
it's
Every other
six
month,
a
I
year or
think.
something like
Yeah,
that.
Yes, sir.
it's some good magazines, and it's nationwide, and they've been in business a long time. And the bank was a big fundraiser, not just for the local folks, but also goes back, which keep using this word habitat, and where they can acquire property and help enforce it. So let's talk about some of the prizes.
We have a great auction package every year. NWTF has a great auction package with numerous items. There's too many to list, but there's a gun of the year, and there's all kind of things for
Art.
people.
Yeah, a lot of
artwork. So we have a great auction package, and then we have donations from local vendors in town. We've got 2 custom turkey calls that have been donated. We're going to auction, and then of course our local. We haven't talked too much about Jose.
Okay, his talent. He's really good at running his business, communicating with people, and he's well respected around the community. A lot of folks know Jose and they speak so highly of him. But he had a hidden talent that you brought this out a while back in your artistic ability. So tell us about your paintings and all.
Well, I started taking classes from Gino Peoples, a lot of well-known professional artist. Gino does a lot of art for Cabela's, John Deere, Hallmark, and a lot of other companies.
Gino's been on the show a couple of times, and what a great artist and what a good person.
He's
and
the best.
He's
got
something else. Isn't he?
Yes, sir. He got a system to teach people that works so good. He can teach anybody. He can teach me. He can teach anybody. Yes, sir.
Well, you've been a good student, because I know I've seen some of your work.
I listen to him, and you know, that's the way I learn everything that I know, is by listening to people, because I only went to school to 4th grade.
Oh, awesome.
I never, you know, I don't have very much education, but I listen to people.
Smart.
And but anyway, I started about 2.5 years ago taking art, and I'm still doing it, and I enjoy every minute.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Last year, Ken, tell us about the big.
Last year, Jose donated, or he made a painting of a standing gobbler, and he donated it to our chapter, who auctioned it off, and we got into a bidding war at our banquet, and that painting brought almost $500. I think it was $450 or $475.
It was a print.
It was a print.
But still,
And
you know.
but it was from a painting.
Yes, sir.
And
From Mauritius.
this year, Jose has graciously donated another 3 or 4 months worth of work to us, and we're going to auction it Friday night coming up, the 19th.
Okay, we'll take a look at it now. This is going to be this year's print. Now, tell us about what you're doing this year. This one that you've done this year. Okay, the painting.
This one
Yes,
right
this
here?
one. Yes.
That one is something that me and Gino come up with it, and then we add a few things like the ducks and the dog. That dog is really a picture of my dog.
Oh.
Yeah, her name is Molly.
Molly.
Yes, sir. And then I come up with the name of the boat. Be happy, because I like to see people. I like to make people happy.
There you go.
Everything that I do, I like to see that I've done something with it,
Yeah.
what I do, and that's why I donate some, that, because I like to, make somebody happy with. So that's what the name of the boat. Be happy, and of course Molly in there.
That'll go
It
great.
looks
in
like a
somebody's living
happy
room.
home.
A happy place.
Yes, sir.
When you're outdoors, you find yourself you can't help
Oh
but be
yeah,
happy
you
when you're
can't
outdoors.
get no better. I do that every weekend.
There you go.
I get out there every weekend.
Okay, we're going to take our final break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to our final segment of Panhandle Outdoors. We're talking about the National Wild Turkey Federation, 2 fine men and also 2 fine turkey hunters. They just gave you their advice last segment on how to be a successful turkey hunter. It's simple, isn't it? Real simple. Sounds simple. Let's do our fishing game time for today. We're brought to us by Barron's Barbecue Shrimp Marinade. 7:22 to 9:22 this morning, and 7:45 to 9:45 tonight. Ken, let's tell them again about how to get the tickets and all.
Contact me or any of our committee members. My number again is 832-0718. What we did fail to mention is during some of our raffles, we have a number of guns that will be like side auctions, and our auctioneer, other than the main packages, there'll be the gun of the year, but throughout the night we'll have drawings and games for some guns, and we'll have a handful of guns that'll be raffled in different games. And for instance, last year they took a bunch of raffle tickets, they put them inside the luggage package that was in here.
Yeah.
They auction off the luggage, and there's like 20 raffle tickets in there. Well,
Oh, cool.
and one of those in there was a gun raffle ticket.
Oh,
so
cool.
it's kind of a combination that there was a bingo game where they had a gun as the prize. So we'll have some guns as well that we
Yeah.
didn't mention.
Door prices, we have door prices as well.
You did?
Yes, we have door prices.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's just all, it's like a big, it's not just to sit down and eat banquet, it's a fellowship and a camaraderie, and when you're doing a good cause and all, but the big bonus is you can win quite a bit of things.
Right. It's a good fellowship. It was really well received last year. Our attendance, it seems like it's down a little bit this year from what we had last, but maybe in this last 10 days. And
It'll pick up, yeah.
and with the help of your show and our friends throughout the community, we'll have a good attendance this year.
So now again, your phone number is
832-0718, or contact Stan Kirkland, Sarah Kirkland, Jose, Jerry Shores, Keelan also Brooks, or Carl Hellett. That's our committee members.
yeah, real quick, like I say, luggage, all kind of stuff and all on the turkey calls and
It's a beautiful
paintings
display. It's a lot of quality stuff.
Yeah, nice chairs.
And I found
all
last
kinds
year,
of stuff.
I spent more money than I needed to last year, but I found that you can get some of the stuff, if people aren't interested in it, you can get it for a pretty good price.
No, don't tell people. That was one of my secrets. I go around and say what they're not doing, and I'll get it.
But irregardless, it goes to our chapter and NWTF for Save the Habitat. So it's just a fundraiser like everything else, but it is a good time, and it's the outdoorsmen seem to love it. NWTF's been around since, I believe, 1973. So
Have you been a member since when?
74.
You joined in '74.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I was now I've missed a few years in there when I was young and didn't have the money to join. But then, the membership was like $12 a year. But I was about 16 when I first started being involved. So
That's cool. That's
so
cool.
we're looking forward to a good turnout, and we've got some good sponsors. We do have table sponsorships available. There's a $1,000 table that includes a choice of a gun. And we have a $2,500 table that can include up to 6 Yeti coolers as the gift for the table, and you can bring up to 10 people for those tables. So, anybody interested in a sponsor table, let us know.
Well, we'll certainly be there. Gail and I'll be there. We'll be sitting at a C&G table. So y'all come by and see us. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to win a couple of things.
Good for you.
And I have to give kudos to Ronnie Groom. He has been he's been on board with us since the first one, and
He's awesome.
he's a good sponsor to have with us.
Ronnie Groom supports so many things in
He
the
does.
outdoors. He
Yep.
and down in St. Joe, George Duran, those guys are just awesome.
Right.
Okay, real quick, we're going to listen on tomorrow's show. I'm going to show you the video of the weigh-in of the King Mackerel tournament we had this past weekend. So in case I don't get to the drawing and everything, we're going to go and do our drawing, Friday's drawing. We're going to do it today. I'm going to let Jose draw one name. If you don't get drawn, you get mad at Jose if we're not drawing
There
the
you
name.
go.
Okay? But it's going to be for the $20 gift certificate. Okay, so just reach out any name you want to, Jose.
There you go.
All right, that says, okay, this is going to be Tammy Heppenstall. All right, Tammy, you're going to win a $20 gift certificate tomorrow for Tarpon Dock Seafood. And Ken, you're going to do the big red
I'm gonna
snapper.
go down here in the bottom.
Okay.
Got it right here.
Big red snapper is going to be, who's that?
Ernie, I'm gonna mess this up. Ernie
Regadio.
Regadio.
Ernie Regadio. Ernie Regadio is the luckiest guy around. I want you to buy me some, he's won before. I'm going to give you
good
some
for
money.
him.
Buy me some lottery tickets this weekend, Ernie. That's good. Okay, good deal. So I also want to do a quick fishing report real quick from Mexico Beach. As we know, this week's been so wet and everything. Just It's not going to be a great week to fish, and the weekend's going to be a little bit slow. But if I have an opportunity, here's what's going on in Mexico Beach. Mitch Coleman sent this in. Basically, the water temperature 86, 88. Heavy rain and fishing has been slow. So that's coming from a captain down there. The king bite has been pretty good using live bait, slow troll around the buoy line. And this past weekend, a lot of king mackerel caught in the top 10. All top 10, Ken, you can appreciate that. All top 10 were 30 pounds plus, and one was 46 pounds. So the kings are out there. You just
Big
got to
king
get some.
fish.
Jose, do you fish much?
I used to do a lot of saltwater. I do more freshwater because I got a place up in Washington County, and I
Okay.
go out there every weekend. So I do every chance that I get. Yes.
Do you find the outdoors just relaxing when you go out?
Oh yeah.
Is it-
Every weekend I do it. Every weekend. I can't beat that.
Yeah.
I'm the luckiest man in the world.
That's a therapy,
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank y'all for coming on. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all next Friday.
Thanks for having us.
All right, buddy.
Looking forward to it.
Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors, folks. We appreciate the viewership. Do something good for your fellow man today, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.